Hello everyone and welcome back to W13 Universe, Los Angeles, California once again as we kick off 2012. That's right, a brand new year. And we're kicking things off with Monday Night Raw.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring. From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Weighing 231 pounds, Chris Jericho.
And how old will you be turning in 2012? That is the question. Make me feel old. How old will you be turning in 2012? Someone's gonna be like, I was being born. Trying to think how old would I be in 2012. Why do I not know this? I would have turned 18. This channel would have been like 2 years old in December of 2012 anyway. Oh god. Ooh, that's weird to think about. Oh god, this channel will have been like just now over a year old. Blech. To think how bad the stuff I was making back then probably was. Well, tonight we've got a matchup between two confirmed participants for the 2012 Royal Rumble. Now, unfortunately, as part of the beginning of the new year, we have unfortunately said goodbye to quite a few superstars on the SmackDown and Raw rosters, and with this announcement, the reason that I break this news to you is because we have been told the Royal Rumble this year will be reverted back to a 30-man Royal Rumble, and he didn't have the confidence to come out here and say it here tonight, so I'll be the one to break the news. I said last week that Miss McMahon wanted to kick off this year with a huge announcement regarding the Royal Rumble. It was not that it was going to be changed from a 40-man to a 30-man Rumble. Rather, Miss McMahon's big announcement in regards to this upcoming Royal Rumble event is that The Rock has been designated entrant number 1 in the Royal Rumble match. Now, normally we don't know who's going to be coming out when and where, but we now know that Triple H will be the final man in the Royal Rumble, and The Rock will be the first man in the Royal Rumble. So this is a little bit of a game changer here for both of those two. Obviously, Triple H worked hard to get the number 30 spot. I'm not trying to liken what the two did in that sense. I'm just saying Miss McMahon has decided that, yeah, sure, The Rock can be in the Royal Rumble after qualifying. What a surprise. But he has designated The Rock the first entrant in the 2012 30-man Royal Rumble, which I don't imagine The Rock is too thrilled about. We haven't really had a chance to catch up with him and speak on his thoughts, as the news broke just recently on WWE.com. That's right, yeah, where you can get all your updates and blogs from all your favorite superstars. And Mr. McMahon broke the news very indirectly. But for those that do not have their internet access, as we all know in the year 2012, it's not always that easy to get online. I think we're getting there, you know. I think we're getting some pretty good internet speeds, but not everyone has their access. So allow me to be the one to break the bad news to you that The Rock will be coming out in the 2012 Royal Rumble at entrant number 1.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in
And we have also gotten confirmation tonight that Chris Jericho is one of the confirmed participants for the 2012 Royal Rumble.
Well, it looks like the
Well,
come here tonight to lay the smackdown. Nice dodge.
well. We still don't have any news on last week's year-closing episode of Raw, the World Tag Team Championship match, in which Ken Shamrock made no appearance. We have not been told why that is, but as soon as we have some kind of information as to what went down, of course, why the Click weren't, or why Kevin Nash wasn't there either, we will be sure to give it to you. Suspicions from suspicions from X-Pac and Shawn Michaels are that there was an ambush. And I gotta say, that definitely adds up. If they're suspecting that there was foul play and there was some kind of interference, so to speak, that stopped Kevin Nash from attending, I would believe that. Now, whether or not Ken Shamrock was involved in that would certainly explain where he was, but I'm not entirely sure. Truthfully, I don't feel like he'd have missed his World Tag Team Championship match. And the important thing to note in regards to the World Tag Team Championship bout is that Ken Shamrock still is not here tonight. There has been no comment over the last week as to where Ken Shamrock has been. So this, to me, is a little bit suspicious now. I'm starting to really wonder what's going on here as we see a big moonsault. Brock perfectly moved out of the way. Got a huge main event for you here tonight. Extreme Rules one-on-one face-off. Following his involvement last week, Mark Henry took very serious offense to John Cena's involvement in helping Justin Gabriel retain the Intercontinental Championship. Henry says he's not going to let that damage his momentum. He's not going to let that damage his reputation. Instead, he's going to damage Cena's spine when he faces him one-on-one tonight. The Rock now measuring Chris Jericho. I feel has really struggled to get into this matchup. Rock turning Jericho over, and there you see WWE Championship winning move, the Rock Bottom. Rock goes into the cover here on Jericho. Is this going to be enough? Yes. Well, he may be number one in the 2012 Royal Rumble. He may have to go through Triple H at number 30 if he even makes it that far. But I've got to say, I'm pulling for The Rock. And my reason for rooting for The Rock is simple. If The Rock doesn't win the 2012 Royal Rumble, I don't know if this guy's ever going to get another shot at the WWE Championship here on Raw. I hope he's able to overcome and succeed at the 2012 Royal Rumble, but the odds are definitely stacked against The Rock. I don't know how this man is going to win in 4 weeks' time at the Royal Rumble, but we move on nonetheless. Well, we've got two very hopeful superstars here tonight looking for a shot at Justin Gabriel at the Royal Rumble, and one of the two could very well get it. We've been told that here tonight, Kofi Kingston will meet Wade Barrett one-on-one. Next week, there'll be another matchup between two top-ranking contenders for the Intercontinental Championship, and then the winner of those two matches will face off in 2 weeks' time in a contenders match for Gabriel's title. Wade Barrett, of course, has had his sights set on the Intercontinental Championship for a while now. He says there's no allies. Truthfully, there's no enemies. There is a goal right now for Wade Barrett, and it is to become Intercontinental Champion. And I don't blame this guy. I don't recall the last time we saw championship gold around the waist of Wade Barrett. I think it may simply be the one time this man was ECW champion and his European Championship reign that came to an end almost a year ago. So I can't blame Wade Barrett, you know. I mean, you look at the history of this guy right here. He has a WrestleMania victory over Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I would definitely say that you don't want to sleep on Wade Barrett. That probably wouldn't be a very comfortable bet. I'm sorry. I don't know what compelled me to say that. Kofi Kingston going straight in hot on the offense. There's no saying who's going to be in the match next week to determine who will face the winner of this match in 2 weeks' time. And I'm sure Justin Gabriel will be watching very carefully. I feel like he's really closed out 2012 in an extremely impressive way. A lot of people were very impressed by the performance of the Intercontinental Champion as he defeated Mark Henry last week in what was a really, I think you could really tell from Justin Gabriel, the adrenaline was running, the momentum was there. You know, he got that high five from John Cena before the match. I think that definitely did something for his esteem, and we just saw a Justin Gabriel that we've never seen before last week. Of course, one man who's not forgotten about his history with Justin Gabriel is, in fact, that man in the ring right there, Kofi Kingston, Wade Barrett, who, if you don't recall, used to be in the Nexus with Justin Gabriel and David Otunga. All three of those former Nexus teammates, by the way, here on Monday Night Raw once again.
Kofi has the arm.
I think it's been interesting to see where they've all wound up in the years. Wade Barrett was considered the leader of the Nexus, but I'd say the most successful former Nexus member is Justin Gabriel. I'd say the least without pointing any fingers or shaming anybody for their lack of success is undoubtedly going to have to be David Otunga. I think there's a lot of potential in David Otunga. I just don't think we've really seen it tapped into. But believe it or not, it was I think David Otunga was at one point a former United States champion, was he not? Or was he at least in pursuit of it? I think he might have just been in pursuit of it. I don't think he actually won it.
An impressive suplex.
Sorry, the US Championship has changed hands a lot of times in the past. Do you know there's never been a two-time United States champion? Yeah, that's an interesting fact for you. I've been trying to catch up on the wiki, but obviously it's a lot of writing, so I've been doing it very slowly. And I noticed there's never been a two-time United States champion. Now, I didn't make a mental note and go, okay, time to change that. But I did just find it interesting when I was going through the combined reigns bit that I kind of do at the bottom of the pages. I was like, wow, we've never had anyone win it twice. There's been quite a few people that have won it. It's changed. I think it's probably the championship that's changed hands the most, barring maybe the cruiserweight title. I think you could definitely call the US Championship, and I mean this with all due respect to it, one of the least prestigious championships. Barring Drew McIntyre's reign, which always kind of comes with an asterisk.
Kofi's setting him up. Oh, yeah. I mean, we could look at those eyes. Oh, yeah, this could be big.
Kofi Kingston measuring. Is he going to be able to defeat Wade Barrett? Ooh, trouble in paradise. He very well could. He could finish Wade Barrett off right here and now. I don't think I'd be too surprised. Wade Barrett's shoulders down. Wow.
There's going to be a lot of offense in this match.
At one point, I truly thought Wade Barrett was the next Intercontinental Champion. I can tell you exactly when that was. I'm talking about Vengeance. That match between Booker T and John Cena, which then had Cesaro's thrown in. I really felt like that was going to be a great night for Wade Barrett. I just saw the controller match reload notification and what that was. That's okay, I'm using the PS4 controller, which shouldn't have a low battery. Over attempt, but not even. And I gotta say, I feel like we've really seen momentum shift in this matchup. Wade Barrett now. Fans seem to be really into this. I mean, you gotta say these are two fan favorites from what I've been able to pick up. Barrett's had his moments of questionable motives, but I think as of late, at the very least, Wade Barrett has definitely become a bit more embraced by the fans. To his feet here. Oh, caught the leg, and oh, nice move there by Kofi Kingston. These two seem to have, oh wow, some great in-ring chemistry. Barrett not taking the bait, not going outside, where I think Kofi would be most comfortable. Barrett with another reversal. And now Kofi into the ropes. Nice boot there. This feels like a corner signature on this time, isn't it? Not the Windsor change. Oh no, don't start this. And again.
The bare knuckle fighter doing what he does best.
Barrett caught a little too soon there. There you go. Barrett now with a wasteland. Got the cover. Kofi hands in the ropes. Very smart move by Kofi Kingston. This is a great match. Oh, great clothesline there by Wade Barrett as he continues to just lay in to Kofi Kingston. I think Kofi started off very fast here as he jumps up to his feet, and there you go, big chop. Kofi Kingston drop kick off the rope. Ooh, another big chop. You wouldn't do the boom drop there. That wouldn't make any sense. Why would you follow your combo up with another move as part of your combo? Yeah, fuck signatures. Drop kick by Kofi Kingston. Just keeps picking him up. Uh-oh. Oh no, not this. Anything but this. Ooh. Let's move that by Kofi Kingston. Barrett quickly getting back in the ring. You can tell exactly where he wants to settle this. Kofi off the... Oh! That was interesting. Barrett gonna try and pin Kofi off of his own mistake. Bold. No. Barrett, I mean, you don't often see this. Barrett. Oh, and that's why you don't see that. Barrett didn't really have a whole lot in the arsenal there. Nice move by Kofi. Here's the cover. And a kick out. This is really any man's game right now. I don't believe it either. Kofi Kingston and Barrett really going toe-to-toe here. Cover attempt, kick out by Barrett.
Squeezing down on the head.
Yo.
Right hand. And there's an overhand right. Blocked.
Blocked.
Big right hand. And the knuckles connect.
Barrett now sends Kofi into the corner. Knee to the gut. And Barrett. Elbow drop. Oh, this could be the beginning of the end. Kofi writhing in pain. Barrett calling for it. It didn't work the first time, but it could always work the second. Oh, wins a change there by Wade Barrett. A much more powerful looking finisher than the Wasteland, and there you have it. I'm going to be completely honest, I wanted Kofi to win, but he wasn't using his finisher, so I had to just wrap it up. I did want Kofi to win, but you know, there's always next time. Well, Wade Barrett is victorious here tonight, and that puts him one step closer to a one-on-one championship shot with Justin Gabriel. I don't think he's forgotten about his WrestleMania loss to Justin Gabriel back at WrestleMania 1. I'm sure he'd love to walk into WrestleMania 3 Intercontinental Champion. He is one match away, and we'll find out who he's going to face in 2 weeks' time next week on Raw. But for now, I believe we've got Divas up next. Well, we've been told that next in line for the Divas Championship is likely to be the former Women's Champion Tiny Shiny, getting her shot at Lita one-on-one, probably at the Royal Rumble event. And of course, as per the usual, AJ Lee has said, well, what about me? I have a pinfall victory over Lita most recently. And that has been denied, but we've been told that if she really wants to try and prove herself, she can face the current potential contender for the Divas Championship right now. Now, I know there are some people that may think, well, Tiny Shiny is a former women's champion.
And approaching the ring from the United Kingdom, Tiny Storm.
A bit of an interesting one, but with that championship being retired now, she's not actually due a rematch. It's kind of tough one to explain. I mean, obviously, you know, there's a bit of confusion here. Antonio Cesaro recently got a shot at John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship after dropping the ECW television title. But for some reason, Tiny Shiny is not entitled to a championship opportunity. But I think that opportunity could ring true, could become a little more likely if she wins here tonight. I believe that's maybe because Tiny Shiny competed in that four-way matchup at TLC, technically counting as the rematch right there. I think actually, I can kind of explain it a little bit there. I thought I'd set this one out and just see what goes down. I know I almost always regret that, but we're coming towards the end of this game now. We're on the road to WrestleMania. This is basically like the best bit. Like this is kind of when it all starts to pick up a bit, because it's like, yeah, I'm done with it, but at least it's finishing now. And on top of that, like, it's finishing on the bit, you know, the bit that the whole year builds up to. The road for WrestleMania is right there. In January, we got 3 more months, and we are out. AJ Lee with a nice bulldog off the corner there.
Features, that's for sure. Narrowly avoids the attack there.
And into the ropes, and Tiny Shiny, nice. The former 3-time women's champion, I think, showing some impressive stuff in that ring. She faces off against AJ Lee, a former Divas champion. Now, I don't like repeating myself too much because I don't know what people have and haven't heard, but in case you're new, in case you're just forgetting, whatever the reason may be, allow me to further explain back to you once again. The situation with AJ Lee is an interesting one. I think it was back at Hell in a Cell, I believe. There was a 4-way elimination match for the Divas Championship, at the time held by Beth Phoenix. And that 4-way match saw Lita eliminate Beth Phoenix, and I believe the other contestant was Eve, I think. And Lita eliminated both of those two, but when it came down to AJ Lee and Lita to determine a new Divas champion, AJ Lee defeated Lita. She got that victory over Lita, and she won her first ever Divas championship just a few months into her career. AJ Lee was then made to defend the championship against Beth Phoenix a few weeks later on SmackDown, as she hadn't actually defeated Phoenix to win Phoenix's championship. So Phoenix invoked that rematch clause very quickly, and Phoenix did in fact defeat AJ Lee and win back the championship very quickly. Oh, okay, here comes Lita, interesting. Talk of the devil. Tiny Shiny getting all fired up at the sight of this, and AJ Lee like, not this one again. That's interesting. I don't know what Lita is doing out here, actually. But anyway, continuing on my story here. Beth Phoenix defeated AJ Lee, and then because obviously Beth Phoenix defeated AJ and Lita eliminated Beth Phoenix, a match between the two took place to determine who would be the Divas champion. You know, we hadn't actually seen this Divas title match. We hadn't seen Phoenix ever defeat Lita for the Divas Championship, so we kind of wanted to see if she could or if she'd lose it to her again. And upon losing to Lita a second time, Beth Phoenix actually said, enough's enough, and oh, AJ not appreciating Lita being out here. I guess there is definitely some tension between these two. As I say, we haven't actually seen a one-on-one encounter between AJ Lee and Lita since Lita won the Divas Championship from Phoenix. Now, okay, Lita sent Phoenix packing, so a lot of people, I think, would take a look at that situation and go, well, naturally, then you'd imagine that Lita is, you know, among the best. Beth Phoenix has literally said, you know, she's taken a step down, she's passing the torch, so to speak, and she believes that Lita is now kind of the new face of the WWE Divas division. And I think it ends up making for a very interesting situation, because Obviously, there hasn't been that same level of endorsement for AJ Lee, but she has impressed. She has defeated Lita, and she just wants an opportunity to prove herself, which she is just continuously not being given. To the point where even Trish Stratus was scheduled for a Divas Championship shot, and she hadn't even done anything to earn it. I saw people rooting for Trish Stratus, saying they can't wait for the day that Trish Stratus gets a shot against Lita. Yet, we're also questioning why Brie Bella is getting a shot. And I gotta say to that, you know, you guys, you have a fair point. But also consider that Brie Bella is about as worthy of a Divas Championship opportunity right now as Trish Stratus. Neither of those two have really done a whole lot to earn a shot. You want to talk about who should have replaced Trish Stratus last week on Raw? It should have been AJ.
And we're going back between the ropes.
Even at TLC, AJ Lee was not a part of the multi-woman ladder match for Lita's Divas Championship. Wasn't even considered. And a heel kick there by AJ Lee. And I'll tell you what, if she pins Tiny Shiny here tonight, I'm going to say it. I think AJ Lee should be the one to face Lita for the Divas Championship at the Royal Rumble. This situation, I think, has gone on for long enough, and I feel like the WWE Universe in general need to see who the better woman really is. Sliced bread here by AJ Lee as Lita walks away in disinterest. Cover attempt and Tiny Shiny kicks out. Okay, well, that does come as a surprise. That move has been known to finish many of AJ Lee's matches. But then Tiny Shiny is a 3-time women's champion. She's got victories over Karma and Beth Phoenix. And even no, she doesn't have a victory. I don't know why I was about to say Lita even has a victory over Tiny Shiny. That does not solidify Tiny Shiny in this match. Back at Survivor Series, the Women's and Divas Championships were unified, and they were unified with Lita winning the Divas Championship. AJ now going in for this single leg Boston Crab as Tiny Shiny crawls towards the ropes. A good reversal there. It is so hot, by the way. I just want to complain about that for a moment. It is boiling in here right now. The PlayStation 3 makes a lot of heat, and it's also peak summer right now. We're dealing with some of the hottest days the UK has ever seen once again, because every I think Saria was watching a TikTok earlier today that said it better than I ever could, which is what it was now. It was like the hottest summer. What's that? Me realizing that this is just the hottest summer that we've experienced, and that it'll be over soon or something. And then it was like me realizing that, I'm like butchering this, realizing that like this is actually the coldest summer I'm ever going to experience again, because it gets hotter every year. As I say, I absolutely slaughtered referencing that, but it was something along those lines, and it was just like, yeah, that's a good point. Shining Wizard there across the face of the former women's champion. AJ Lee goes in for the cover, and she's pinned Tiny Shiny. I don't know how much more AJ Lee has to prove before she is given a Divas Championship shot. I really don't. Just give her the damn shot. How can you continue to turn a blind eye and say this isn't the woman next in line for Lita's Divas Championship? Even Lita, I think, came out here because she's acknowledged what's being said right now. I don't think Lita's ducking AJ Lee. I just think that management is straight up ignoring AJ Lee. And I don't know why, but I don't think they're going to be able to for much longer. This success is really piling on for AJ Lee. And congrats on another huge victory here tonight. I always try to cut this off before it hits this face, but I forgot to this time. Up next, the new World Tag Team Champions Awesome Truth was scheduled to face off against Weapons of Mass Destruction, but without Ken Shamrock present here tonight, who knows who they're going to be facing instead.
over there. Weighing 241 pounds, one of the World Tag Team Champions,
I was correct to say what I'd said before, by the way. The Miz once again closing out a year by winning a tag team championship. In 2009, he won the WWE Tag Team Championship to close out the year with Chris Jericho. In 2011, he won the WWE Tag Team Championship once again. And then in 2011, I think I just said 2011, I meant to say 2010, but yeah, in 2010 he won it again on SmackDown. And then just last week, he closed out the year by winning another Tag Team Championship. This man now a 4-time Tag Team Champion. Crazy to think 3 of those came on the final episodes of that year. Miz is once again World Tag Team Champion. Obviously, Big Show has been furious about the way in which the World Tag Team Championships changed hands, with him having to defend them in a handicap match, but not really a lot that can be done about that. Truth finally got Tag Team Championship gold around his waist. He's experienced a few partners in his career thus far, but I feel like this is the one for him. You know, I feel like this is right. Awesome Truth feel like they've got limitless potential, and I'm happy to see them succeed here in the WWE. Going to make for a great set of champions. I hope this isn't one of these short reigns that we sometimes are exposed to. I hope these two can really hold it down and keep it going for a nice long time. I've been told that in regards to the Tag Team Championship situation, management has stepped in above Mr. McMahon and said that the rightful contenders to those championships are Kevin Nash and X-Pac right now. So, with Ken Shamrock not responding to any communications, putting it simply,
and their opponents first, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, the Big Show.
Putting it simply, because Ken Shamrock is unresponsive at the moment, they're not able to get in touch with him and get that rematch sorted out at any point. It will very much be, as it currently stands, the Click, Kevin Nash, and X-Pac up against the Awesome Truth for the World Tag Team Championship at the Royal Rumble. Of course, if Shamrock is able to get back to them and, you know, help sign off on a rematch at the Royal Rumble, then they will get their rematch, if not sooner. But at the moment, Mr. McMahon and Big Show and management in general, everyone has not been able to get in touch with Shamrock. And here tonight, I believe he has got a substitute. Oh. How good.
And his tag team partner from New York City, weighing 297 pounds, the WWE Champion, John Bradshaw.
Well, I guess he couldn't just sit back and not perform tonight, huh? JBL, who had a very vicious, successful WWE Championship reign last week. I think we really saw just the pure power behind this man as he defeated Shawn Michaels to keep hold of that WWE Championship. He was not scheduled to compete tonight, so I guess, in a way, this is a good gesture from JBL. By the way, with Royal Rumble 4 weeks from now, we don't actually currently have a contender for the WWE Championship, and I think Mr. McMahon wouldn't mind just giving JBL the week off, to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't even put it past them if that was their plan all along, is to just simply not have him defend the championship at the Royal Rumble. But I think he's very much going to have to do that. And this is an interesting start to the match, as we've seen these two face off a few times recently. And every time they do, The Miz is able to pick up another victory over the Big Show. He seems to very much be able to get into the mind of his former partner.
struggling for control.
I thought for sure, you know, with all the ways that Jericho's been reaching out and trying to befriend the Big Show, we'd see him do double duty tonight and team with the Big Show, but that is not in fact happening.
Neckbreaker. That was vicious.
I think The Miz wants JBL in that ring bad. We've seen those two face off. It happened just a day after JBL came here to Raw with the WWE Championship. He did defeat The Miz the last time they faced off, but I don't think that business between these two is over. The thing about someone like R-Truth is when you tag him in, a lot of people are going to kind of roll their eyes and think, well, he's not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Big Show. I think it's very much like Justin Gabriel up against Mark Henry last week. You'll be surprised. R-Truth obviously very athletic, very quick on his feet. I think you'll be amazed at what he can do with the speed that he possesses.
And there's the STO. Ooh, hard shot by R-Truth. Into the headlock.
A victory tonight for Awesome Truth is a victory over the WWE Champion, so the stakes have just raised here.
He's putting those educated feet
This is now more crucial than ever.
Wow, what an STO. And he hits a big-time leg drop. He's wearing down the midsection. Big Show controlling the waist. Oh my, the force behind that headbutt was incredible. Big Show has the headlock.
I think with the Royal Rumble coming up, obviously, you know, we've got people like Jericho, Rock, Triple H confirmed for the Royal Rumble match itself, but the question is, what else is going to take place at the Royal Rumble event, you know? Some historical championship matches generally take place at the Royal Rumble. I think it's safe to say we're likely going to be seeing the Divas Championship defended, based on current rumors, as Big Show... What is that? Whoa, okay!
What in the world did we just see?
I guess Big Show getting a little flustered lately at being called the weak link. JBL clearly bad-mouthing Big Show, saying, I'll get the job done. Well, we'll see about that now.
All his weight on that leg drop.
Big Show just walked out on JBL. Obviously, Mr. McMahon has been very unforgiving towards the former World Tag Team Champion Big Show, who has been on, has been told he is on very thin ice at the moment with his consistent failures. But to see Big Show walk out on JBL, that is a powerful ally that he might have just lost. Well, I mean, hey, if Ken Shamrock doesn't show up soon for a World Tag Title rematch, maybe Big Show can strike up a little bit of a controversial WWE Championship shot instead.
Miz with a textbook counter. He anticipated that move perfectly. Reversal by the Miz.
Leg sweep there by the Miz. JBL obviously floored from that strike from the Big Show. Definitely don't think anyone was expecting to see that tonight. Out of the ring they go. JBL is attacking the ring. Camera got to focus on R-Truth the whole time. It's really important. We gotta make sure we know where R-Truth is at all times.
Counter from the most must-see superstar in WWE history.
Alright, don't come in your pants, Cole.
Oh, what a neck breaker. There you go, Miz. And that's a stiff kick.
I mean, a cut-out victory over the WWE Champion is still just that, a victory.
Miz escaped that one.
Miz and JBL going at it toe-to-toe on the outside here. An opportunity that the Miz has been waiting a long time for, to go one-on-one with JBL again. I think that strike from Big Show and that abandonment. The tag champions against the WWE champion. This is the exact opposite of, I think, what Mr. McMahon would have wanted.
A stiff shot with the elbow. This doesn't bode well. He's laid out in a position.
Miz coming up the top, elbow drop. That is the third time tonight the table has been broken. I take it that's the new barricade.
Look at this, Miz.
And even driving his face into the broken pieces of that announce table.
Don't underestimate Miz.
Just choking JBL out. These two face to face with each other. JBL turns Miz over. Ooh, thunder the eye of the WWE champion. I mean, of the World Tag Team champion, The Miz. It's not WWE champion. Ooh. Wait, hold on a minute. Why did that vibrate? Wait, what? Did I just randomly decide that my other controller here is in control of The Miz? Oh my god, what? Literally, like, out of the blue, because I got two controllers set up so that I can use the PS4 controller, and it just went, alright, this controller is now you. I wasn't in control at all, but now I have to use one controller for Truth and another one for Miz. That's so weird. And I know it wasn't like this the whole time. It wasn't like I could just control Miz the whole time. Because it hadn't been vibrating or anything. I literally just decided just now that that was how it was going to go. It's so weird.
The tag is made. Boy, he is really tired now. That tag of his has to be reading it.
Miz now, skull-crushing finale on the WWE Champion JBL, who was betrayed by the Big Show, and this one's over. The World Tag Team Champions have defeated the WWE Champion with a little bit of help from a walkout from Big Show. I think that helped quite a bit here. To say I could hear JBL bad-mouthing Big Show in this match as he got the tag in. He'd made it abundantly clear what he thought of Big Show, and Big Show clearly had had enough of being called the weak link, of being called an embarrassment, a letdown, everything he's had to deal with lately. And I gotta say, I respect the Big Show for walking out on this, and maybe the Big Show could be the man that faces JBL for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. Just maybe. Well, he's definitely among the most feared presences in the WWE. JBL? What? Mark Henry. I was thinking of the last match. Mark Henry comes down to the ring here tonight. And I think this man, I guess maybe that was a bit of a slip, because I was about to say, I think this man maybe isn't as loyal to JBL as McMahon would like. I think this guy and Cena very much had JBL's WWE Championship in their sights. I would love to see Mark Henry against JBL. I'd love to see that cocky, confident attitude of JBL put to the test as he got in the ring with the world's strongest man. I don't think he'd be able to come out of that one quite the same. Here tonight, these two are facing off, and it have been confirmed that both John Cena and Mark Henry will be competing in the 2012 Royal Rumble match. So win or lose here tonight for both of these two, they will be in that major matchup coming your way at the end of the month. I think for a lot of fans, it was so good to hear and see this sight once again.
Approaching the ring from Westwood, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, Cena.
the champ, the guy, 3-time WWE champion, John Cena. Now I can guarantee you he doesn't want to live in the shadow of JBL. I can guarantee you this guy wants a WWE title shot. And he might just get it if he wins the 2012 Royal Rumble. Interesting to see if him and The Rock ever cross paths again after The Rock tried to warn Cena of what was going on. Cena accidentally taking the referee. I don't know what difference that's going to make in an Extreme Rules match. That seemed just extremely pointless. Extremely, get it? It's a pun because it's an Extreme Rules match. No, that was a classic case of random universe cutscene that's going to mean absolutely nothing. It's an Extreme Rules match. There's no point in knocking the referee out at the start of the match. If someone wanted to run out here and get involved, which is normally what happens when a referee is out, they can do that just at the drop of a hat. It's an Extreme Rules match. There are no disqualifications. The only difference that's going to make is if the referee stays knocked out on the floor for the next 19.5 minutes. And this match ends in a time-up.
Remember, this is a no disqualification.
But he's up. Suplex there by the world's strongest man, and I think he made it abundantly clear he wants to injure John Cena tonight. He wants to take him off the shelf once again.
That Irish whip was delivered with tremendous aggression.
Put him on the shelf. Isn't that the expression? Put him on the shelf. I don't know. I never really got the expression for this. He's put on the sidelines, probably make more sense.
Oh, did you see that? His body twisting and turning.
A win here tonight could really solidify one of these two as the potential challenger for JBL's WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. There is no saying that a man confirmed for the Royal Rumble match cannot be pulled from it for a different match later in the night. All we've been told is that people who compete in World Championship matches at the Royal Rumble will not be in the Royal Rumble match. So whoever challenges for the World Heavyweight and WWE Championship, and whoever is going into that night as the champions, if the champion loses his championship, or if the contender doesn't win their matchup, regardless of that, they will not be in the Royal Rumble match later in the night. However, other champions will be able to compete regardless of their match earlier in the night. So, for example, right now we're saying Justin Gabriel is going to be defending his Intercontinental Championship against either Wade Barrett or the winner of next week's match. And I can confirm to you in that regard that if Justin Gabriel...
Cena did it. Cena gets the win.
Huh? New Year, same old shit. WWE 13, baby. This game is fucking broken. John Cena with a surprise upset win. Mark Henry is confused. He doesn't know what just happened. Anyway, I'll finish what I was saying. I'm going to close up the show. Fuck it. I don't feel like restarting the match. That highlights this game and why I'm done with it once again. Brilliant. Good stuff. But yeah, I was just going to say, Justin Gabriel, you know, if he wins or loses his Intercontinental Championship match at the Royal Rumble, he'll still compete in the Rumble if he's ended up a confirmed participant for it. Right now, he's not a confirmed participant for it. But John Cena has defeated Mark Henry. I don't really know what was wrong with Mark Henry there. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe he just, you know, it was a surprise, a slip-up of some sort. Maybe he got injured. Maybe he hurt himself. I don't know. Either way, Cena is victorious. So, hey, WWE 13. Remember, guys, I miss THQ. I want THQ back. They made the good wrestling games, right? Isn't that what everybody says? Right? Right.